I wanted to cover a couple things. One is I'm going to make sure that I cover this, and that is for Carol says she needs her blog unblocked. I don't know what that means, but unlocked or something like that. So we need someone to help look into that. And Carol, maybe we can address that at the end. We can look into your stuff. That's right. You're okay. I'll be the one who has to do the streaming because I came in as the host. So let me just go here and click on live on Facebook, and I will be the one to. That I cannot use the blog, and your tech people have to do this. Oh, okay. I don't know about that. So Manny will make a note for Carol that we need to figure out why her blog isn't just ready to rock and roll here. So I'm just going to put in ABCs. So we're streaming. So using a VA, and then this is part 2. So I'm just going to go share to the group, and I will select Your Freedom Project as the group and go live. So those of you that are using Zoom, and if you've never streamed to Facebook Live, this is how easy it is. You just fill in those little bits, decide where you want to stream it to, and you're going. And it actually, when it says it's setting up and all that, it's actually streaming then. So make sure you don't wait around just to start going. So welcome to anybody on Facebook as we are live. So let me just scoot this page over here. And so make sure you don't wait around, just start going. So welcome to anybody. There we go. I got to get the mute on, otherwise it's going to be annoying. Okay, you were blocked. All right, well, we'll figure that out, Carol. Don't worry about that. I also wanted to address Frank's question. And Frank, I don't know if Coach Deb is here. Frank was trying to reach out to you, Deb, as he was running newspaper ads in the area. So if I just thought that you might be able to offer some suggestions on ads maybe you've tried in the past, or places that you are not in now, that you could share some advice with him. Frank, I'll have to take a look at your ad. I was thinking if you're in Help Wanted, that may be better. I'm not sure if you're in Biz Opportunities, and good for you for getting a new submission. Frank's ad wasn't going anywhere for him, and so he was about to bail out, and then he got somebody. That can be what it is, how it is with ads, but I'm just wondering if maybe we need to, or my suggestion would be to get into Help Wanted and not Business Opportunities. But I can't remember with Deb, how Deb did it, whether it was Business Opportunities or she was in Help Wanted. Maybe Deb, you could say that. And Frank, then Frank made a point. And I want to make sure I'm really clear on this. Frank said that my primary focus is developing warm markets and connections. Great. Using the Freedom Project platform as the online business training tool. And then he said, I know it's not really designed that way. So I'm worried that he's not the only one that has that myth in his mind. So I want to smash that myth right out the door. Is there anybody else that feels that Freedom Project is not designed to be used for warm market? Because that is completely incorrect. And I don't mean to beat you up, Frank, but I want to make sure that you're not the only one that has said this. And I'm worried that people seem to think that because it's on the internet, it's only internet, or it's only something, and that's not true. It doesn't matter how you get people to your system. You just got to get them in there. So let me just explain something that will hopefully beat this up. If I go to Smart Start, I want to show you one of the first things that I ask people to do, okay, is here where it says on number 6, promote. I'm just going to kick in here. Before I go, I just thought this was such an important point, and I'm glad Frank brought it up so that I could bring it out to make sure that nobody feels sort of hampered, like there's this offline way of doing the business and then there's Freedom Project, and you can't mix the two. The Freedom Project is just is your core. It's your CRM, so it manages all your names, right? So whether you go downtown and meet someone at Starbucks and then pull one of the presentations out of our system, that's using Freedom Project, and then you manually add the name, that's still doing it. You'll notice here the first thing that we suggest people start doing is right there in the Smart Start when it comes to the promotional tab. So I'm going to get everyone to type it out. Type out what you see right now if you could, so I'll know you're actually watching, because I'm sure quite a few of you are by your, you're out at the kitchen, or you can't really see this, or maybe you're driving your car. Obviously there, I don't expect you to type anything, but so what does that say? So start attracting traffic by what? By networking, okay? So let me read this to you. Good old classic networking is still a powerful method of promoting your business. if you do it correctly. Now, don't confuse networking with bugging friends and relatives, right? Instead, learn to be an elegant networker. I'll zoom it in a bit so you guys can see this. An elegant networker is someone who learns to be a relationship farmer, not a gold miner. Better networkers build a Rolodex and cultivate a number of long-term relationships, and then they prospect those networks later. Okay? So if this is what you're good at, keep doing it, and then have other methods of promoting at the same time. So let's be really clear. YFP is not a method of promotion. Type this out, folks. YFP is not a method of promotion. So whether you want to send smoke signals, you know, have decals on your car, hand out business cards, you know, use banners flying on the back of planes, I don't care how you do it. YFP is not a method of promotion. It is where people go when you promote. So let me give you an example. Let's say Frank's downtown, he meets somebody, or any of you are downtown, you meet somebody and you start chatting. I don't recommend you promote in that chat necessarily. Instead, you just connect you gather information, right? So now you listen a little bit, you're networking. Then you go home and now when you're ready, you reach out to them and say, hey, remember when we were talking about da-da-da-da-da? Would you give me 30 minutes of your time? I'd love to show you a business project that I'm working on. I think that you might be a fit, or maybe, I don't know if you're a fit, honestly, but I'd love to show you what I'm doing. Would you do that for me? And if you've got influence and they like you and you've networked and didn't do any weird things to them, right? Then they're going to most likely say yes, if they're open. Now, if they're just completely closed, nope, super busy, can't do it, fine, reach out to them again some other time. So what do you do in that case? Here's how you can use Freedom Project to help you. You go to Actions, okay? You could create a contact, put in their name right there, and then make notes on them every time you reach out to them. Or you could create it as an opportunity and at the same time create that contact, or maybe they're already in your contact manager. And then you can take notes on the things that you do. And then when they do go to your lead capture website to take a look at things, then it'll be tracked inside here and you can see what they do and what emails they've opened, things like that. So do you see how we're trying to help you blend old classic networking, old classic Shaklee with the internet? So it's high tech and high touch. And Frank, I didn't see if you happened to type that out, but Frank, are you with me? Are you hearing? I'm worried that the one person I'm pointing this at is not hearing me. You're here, okay. Well, hopefully you don't feel picked on. But Frank, does that clarify? Do you feel more like, okay, I'm getting this, that this is not like you're trying to figure out how to squeeze Freedom Project into your Shaklee life. Freedom Project basically provides you tools so that you can do all the things that you have been wanting to do, should do, are best suited to do in Shaklee, offline, online, okay? So that means if you need to pull a PowerPoint presentation, you need to run it on your laptop. You don't have to do it in everything online. You can use that. So Carol says, if they respond to autoresponders, does this show up in their contact? No, it doesn't at this point. So if they like reply to you via email, we wouldn't know that because we don't have an email tagger like that. All we will know is we can just show you whether they opened it. So that would be nice. Any of those features, that's like a $10,000 request, just so you know. Whenever you guys ask for any kind of a feature, we love to help you, but I just want you to know what it means in software language when it would be, this would be nice, and I'd love to do things. It's about 10 grand for about almost anything we have to do. So, so only 10 grand, yeah. And that I may be undercutting. So we need more distributors. We need more members to be able to pay for that. What a deal, no doubt. So what matters really is that you have a system to be able to say, listen, if you come to me, I've got something that I know I'm going to show you in a step-by-step fashion. So basically, Frank, if you're good at doing the classrooms and you're really good at getting people to say yes to going through those classrooms with you, that's Freedom Project. That's internet. And if you, here, let me just share with you this. You don't have to drive people to the mini office outlets lead capture website first and then sit there and hope they'll fill out the form before you set the appointment. In your case, Frank, or anyone else that's doing warm market stuff, just go directly for the appointment. Say, listen, would you give me a bit of your time? I want to show you what it is that I'm doing, or I'm expanding my company and I'm looking for great people like you. I don't know whether you'd be open to this, but I am teaching people how to work online as an online distributor, or whatever you want to call it, as a program guide or something like that. And I've been working with a supplier who's been around for like 50 years and they're expanding. I'm really excited about the potential. And again, I don't know if this is a fit for you, but would you give me 30 minutes of your time? And if they say yes to that, set that appointment right away. And then their fun work is to say, well, tell you what, in the meantime, go to my Mini Office Outlets website, just fill everything in. So when we talk, I can then show you the kind of stuff that I need to show you. And then at that case, I would pretty much move right into meet and greet. That would be pretty much the first appointment, okay? Because you got an appointment. The initial contact is just designed to set that up. So way to go, Frank. Okay, so Frank, does that kind of alleviate some confusion or provide clarity that you can bypass and go straight to that classroom? All that matters is you get them in that classroom so you can start presenting. So Freedom Project really is a presentation system. That's really what it is. We just put a Mini Office Outlet lead capture in front of it because we did one of our key lead generation sources was newspapers when we originally developed this, and it still is for many people. So, and now, by the way, if you're using Zoom, I also recommend, okay, that you get your prospect to join you in Zoom video conference so you can see them. It's like such a different experience now. Then you don't have to feel like you're just on the phone. You can't tell whether they're paying attention or anything like that. And then you get them to share their screen. Then you can see everything they're doing. You can point, oh, no, go over here or log in here. Any help they need, it's just you're right there. You can help them. You can even take over and run their screen if you need to. So Carol just said, how do you link this Zoom meeting in your Freedom Project group page? When you say this, you mean this one right here? Can you link this to a personal? Yep, you can do all that, Carol. When you say this meeting, you mean this meeting like that's live at this very moment? Or you mean when you're doing, yes, you have going now. Let's see, oh, yeah, because like if you want people to join us at this very minute, yeah, you know what? Carol, give them, go to Freedom Project, just give them the same. Carol's wondering, she wants to get her people in, as I'm assuming what we're talking about here. So let me just go to this register now page, and let me give you, this is the page that they can go to. Anytime you just go to yourfreedomproject.com, you can just send them to the same place. But let me give you the direct link there. There you go. So if you guys think that this is valuable to your team and you want them to join like right now, then yeah, that's cool. We'd love to have them.
Hi, Coach.
Oh, I don't understand. Okay. Can you help me understand? She's talking about when she does hers. Oh, you mean your own? This is from my own group page. Okay. So you're talking about when you're doing your own. That's like a whole other topic. Can I get back to you on that one? Let me jump into the PowerPoint here first, and then let's get to that one in a bit, okay? All right, so, right, thank you, Ian. Doing one on Monday, okay, all right, so let's make sure I do assist this. Anne said she's recording it, or? Yeah. Oh. Okay, let's try it, record to the cloud. There we go. Manny had to let me know to record. Okay. All right. So thanks again, and appreciate you joining us for today's topic, which is ABCs of using a virtual assistant part 2. The reason we're doing a part 2 is because of the Easter weekend. The Friday people didn't get to see it. So this week we're doing what we did for you last week on Friday, and you guys are getting a special class that they won't see unless they join this training. So this is just a little bit different. And what I'm doing is some of you were not here last week anyway, so this is good for you. But I wanted to talk about the ABCs of using a virtual assistant to help you post a Zoom webinar replay to your blog. And so if you don't have a virtual assistant, you'll see the benefits of having one. And if you never have one, you'll also know how to do it yourself, is the idea. Okay, so we are recording this class, and we're going to archive it in the Training Center next week. You can just go to yourfreedomproject.com to see that. We record everything that's free. And we record everything that's paid, everything. So we always record. You don't need to ask me, are you recording? We are, unless I forget. We love questions. Go to the Q&A, and I see there is one Q&A question here. And Jeffrey joins. Jeffrey said, ahoy. So there we go. There's my question. So this class is for you if you want to gain freedom for tasks you don't like doing. You want help with tasks you can't do. You want to be able to focus on income-producing tasks. And if any of those apply to you, you guys are in the right place. So last week, we covered why you want a virtual assistant, what type of tasks, to outsource, how to work with a VA, and how to find one for your business using, of course, our service is what we recommend, myfreedomva.com, and how to get started. And you can find the replay for that in, of course, the training center, like I mentioned earlier, by going to yourfreedombudget.com and clicking on the training center link at the top, or in your back office, you'll see it there too. So today's class, I want to cover why you want to post replays at all, how to post your replay to your blog, how to get a VA to do it for you, how to get started with a VA, and a whole heck of a lot more. So if you guys are new to this, and this is the first time you've ever been on this webinar, oh yeah, I got to make Anne a panelist as well. Oh, you already are a panelist, Anne, so you're good to go. And looks like Anne is also recording. Don't worry, I'm recording to the cloud now, Anne. So, so your Freedom Project is really a complete all-in-one solution to help you build online. From branding websites, newsletters, PowerPoint presentations, the kit and caboodle. If you need it to grow online, we offer it. But remember this, if you're using physical things, I should say this, if you're out there finding people in the physical, we're a total fit. This is about integrating offline methods, okay, with the internet. The internet, using our system, should help you do more of what you need to do in Shaklee, which is setting appointments and doing presentations. That's like kind of like the bottom line. Even if you're not doing meetings, like a weekly meeting, you can bring them to our meeting or your uplines meeting. But you've got to be setting appointments and doing presentations. And our system is about helping you to do more appointments and to do more presentations with more people. And as well, of course, we have a lot of other things to go with it to help you back-end marketing. So if somebody joins your team, they're getting educated about products, things like that. But the essence of what we're doing and your growth is going to come from setting appointments, doing presentations. So let's get you guys to type that out, okay? Set appointments, do presentations. If you're doing that and you're running people through our presentations that we've made for you, you are going to grow. So that's why so often people will ask, like, what's the success rate? Well, I don't know. How many appointments and presentations can you do? That's really the only question to ask is, can you do a lot of presentations? I don't know. I don't know about you. So if that's your thing, then you are going to rock it. Do I have business presentation? Yes, we do. So we have the classrooms, Carol. So we've got the 3 classrooms. I don't have time to go into that now, but those are the business presentations. Now, if you want to use like a biz op, like something that Shaklee produces as a gateway presentation to first get people interested in the system, you can do that too. I've actually just been working with Tony Banner to ask her to give me one of hers. So it's just bottom line is set appointments, do presentations. And you know, even for me, now that I'm not an active Shaklee distributor anymore, I'm still setting appointments with people and doing presentations. I don't see Kevin. I don't know if Kevin is with me here tonight, but this is a perfect example of somebody that how I did that. I'm using the same, the same technique works. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Somebody came to our webinar. He was interested in using our system. So guess what I did? I reached out to him on Facebook and asked him if I could show him some more stuff. Basically, can we set an appointment? He agreed to that. So I set an appointment and I started bringing him through our system, giving him presentations. It's the same thing. Do set appointments, do presentations. So we actually launched in 2005. Some people have been asking, like, how long have we been around? So we've been around over 12 years. You can learn more about us by going to our website and clicking on the About page. So let's talk about why you want a virtual assistant. Well, having a virtual assistant frees you from, again, tasks you don't like doing, except, of course, talking to people. You got to do that. Tasks you don't know how to do, and tasks you shouldn't be doing. So why shouldn't you be doing it? Well, that's sort of a business decision you have to make. And the question is always this: I can only do one thing at a time. So what's the one thing that I should be doing that'll move my business forward? Should I be formatting page posts for my blog and spending time learning Photoshop so that I can be a better graphic designer to make my business cards? Or should you be phoning people, setting appointments and doing presentations? So if you're doing anything that doesn't move your business forward directly, that you cannot outsource, I really recommend, if you can, you outsource. I realize in the beginning, you may financially not be able to outsource very much or at all, but as fast as you can, you want to try to find a way to get more leverage so you can gain more freedom, so you can be more productive, so you can boost your marketing efforts. Because if you have a team of people that are helping you market, you're going to send more emails, you're going to do more page posts, you're just going to have a better promotional strategy, which gets you in front of more people, gets you more organized, and gets you more results. So if you're like Frank and you love warm market stuff, let me share this with you. So Frank's on Facebook, let's say, and so he may, or any of you may wonder, well, how do I use Facebook? Well, so Frank has his virtual assistant, he's using our 365 service. Frank's constantly putting out page posts that are inspirational and motivational, and they're educational and they're fun. So as he's adding more friends, they keep seeing that, and they keep seeing Frank's name over and over. After a while, even though they may not have known Frank that well, he may not have talked to them that often, they keep seeing him a lot in Facebook. They're liking his posts, commenting, he's reaching out to them, he's liking their stuff. So there's that engagement. And then that day comes where Frank reaches out to them over the phone, or he sends them an instant message, or he sees them downtown at the Suns soccer tournament or something like that. Suddenly it's not cold anymore. So it's much easier for Frank now to reach out. So do you guys see how he's using the internet, but yet he's using the old classic methods to actually prospect? There you go. So Carol is just saying, I have someone who does all my thank you follow-ups. So perfect. And actually, speaking of follow-ups, Anne, can you grab the link from the group? I just did a poll where I'm asking everybody to put in, if you trusted your VA enough, would you be willing for your VA to make calls to your clients, basically acting as your customer support assistant, reaching out to clients to say, hey, I just want to double check, did you getting my emails? I noticed you guys purchased last month. Just want to let you know, thank you so much for that. Or you purchased this year. Just appreciate your business. Just want to make sure you know that I'm thinking about you. We haven't forgot about you. So anyways, we've got a poll there. I'd love it if you guys would go in there at the end of this class and then put in your answer. What would you be willing to allow your VA to do for you? So here's some helpful tips with a VA. Avoid the superhero complex, meaning try to do everything yourself because you think you know better than everyone else, and so you'll learn Photoshop, you'll try to become a web designer. Anybody who tells me in Shaklee that I'll build my own website doesn't get it. That means to me, you don't really know your job, your role, right? It's like, do you ever see Roger in the research lab? Like, oh, I'll do the research, right? Roger's not researching stuff. He's telling the researchers to go research. And he's got his marketing people doing the marketing, and he's, so he understands his place. And it's important you guys know your role, and your role is like CEO of making sure that you're setting appointments and doing presentations. That's the number one thing you need to be doing. So the real solution is not working longer hours, really, in Shaklee. It's leverage. It's finding ways to delegate. So delegate anything that's not a IPA, meaning income producing activity. Now, Carol's sending up follow-up notes, that's an income-producing activity, but she can delegate that out, so why not? Then she can talk to more people. Or maybe she's just got a certain block of time that she can fit in her life because she's busy. Maybe she's got a job. In Carol's case, she's like, or was an opera singer, and so maybe she's really busy. So she's only got like 2 hours a day to put in her Shaklee business. Well, you want those 2 hours to really count. And what's going to count the most is if you're having live conversations with people, either via instant message or chat, okay, or reaching out over the phone or meeting them downtown. That is your number one job. And then you want to delegate everything else out as possible. So you're like the main kind of like, communicator, I guess, let's say that way. And your marketing people can also help you with lead generation, but so it's a bit of a mix. But bottom line is that's one thing you can never outsource. You coaching, you promoting, presenting, and coaching. So it's just more efficient to hire an extra hand than to try to teach yourself specialized skills. Don't try to teach yourself web design and all this junk. Leverage these tools. Now, I don't know if we got a poll in here or not. So let me see here. I'm going to launch this poll again. There we go. Looks like I do have a poll set up. Thank you, gang. All right. So do you currently have a virtual assistant? Let's find out. I'll give you 30 seconds to vote. and see where you stand there. Okay, yes, that's a good one. Carol says she also sends out my snail mail newsletters. Good for you. By the way, a VA, yes, is a virtual assistant, in case there is somebody who doesn't know what that means. Thank you. To 364227352. Your name is not showing. I'd love it if we could rename you. The one who just asked the question that says, hello, I am new to the group. What is a VA? Could you just say your name so we can call you properly and not by a number? You are not a number. Let's see here. And okay, we're at 30 seconds. There we go. End of polling. All right. I'm going to now share the results. There's the results. All right. So 54% of you, it's about same from last week, have a VA. So way to go. No, but I'd love one. 39%. No, I'm happy doing it myself. 7%. You know what? That's like exactly the same as last week. 7% was on the no, I'm happy doing it myself. There we go. All right. So let's talk about what type of tasks to outsource. So you want to outsource tasks, again, you don't like doing, you don't know how to do, you feel you shouldn't be doing. That's what you want to do. So example, sending email broadcasts. Maybe you don't like doing that, or posting social media content. Things you can't do, like building web pages. Things you shouldn't do, setting up your webinars. Why do that when you can get someone else to do that for you? So I recommend outsourcing things like weekly email broadcasts for sure. Social media management, absolutely. Not chatting with people though. That you need to do yourself. But you know, obviously like liking and commenting and like engaging with people, that's you. But you can get someone else to do all the page posting. They can do running the ads. They can do everything else, okay? Event management. By the way, that's what I do. So I'm not just, this isn't a philosophy for me, by the way. This is exactly the way I run my business here. I do write content, that I do. And even that I've outsourced, but sometimes there's just so much that we have to create for you guys, I have to help. But in general, I prefer to be the talker, to coach and communicate and work with you guys. So I've delegated almost every single thing I possibly can. I do almost hardly anything in social media, honestly. I do post the odd Facebook group thing, but in general, I've outsourced everything. It's just that in my case, my team is sitting around me, but I do have some remote workers that do not live in this area and are not in our building. Outsource contact management, outsource blogging, outsource customer support within reason. Ellen Reynolds made a good point. She still likes to contact her people. And because Shaklee is a relationship business, so let's not, I'm not suggesting you outsource it all, but there are some things that just might be repetitive that don't need you all the time. Definitely sending out like snail mail newsletters. That's a perfect one to get someone else to do. And I could get in trouble for posting. Sure. She works at, yeah, okay, so she works right out of your office. Yeah, so that's, that's not even virtual assistant, that's just a live assistant. Okay, so let's go live and let's review how to post a Zoom replay to your blog and then how to get your VA to do it. That's kind of what we're all about here today. All right, so I'm gonna go to my back office here and I'm gonna look at my, here we are, okay. So I'm in my Zoom back office. So I don't have time to explain, obviously, like how to do a Zoom meeting. That's like a whole other webinar, but I just want to show you. So I've gone in and I've either done a Zoom meeting or I've done a webinar. When I did it, I just pressed the recording and I recorded to the cloud, not to my desktop. If I recorded to my desktop, that's okay too, but then you can't, it's harder for your VA to deal with that. So record to the cloud. You can see I'm recording in the middle of this one now. But so for example, let's say I wanted this one here, okay? So I'll just click here on this title, this Tuesday. So this is last week. So I would click inside here, inside my Zoom back office. Now, by the way, we offer a Zoom enterprise plan. So it's like the best plan they offer for normally $300 a month. Yeah, it's worth $300 a month for $30 a month. So if you guys, we still have, I think 13 licenses left. We have a pack of 100, so we still have some left. We had a couple leave. So if you'd like to use Zoom, which to me now is kind of the core of what now makes Freedom Project is almost as close to being in the physical as possible, is Zoom, because it's video conferencing. So basically they get to see and hear you. All right, so you'd have to go here to this video. You'll notice it actually breaks it into an audio and a video, which is interesting. So you could just upload it as a podcast if you wanted. You just go here and you download it, okay? So I won't download this one because it'll be quite big, but you'd download, you your VA, they would download that. So now it would be in your VA's computer. Then they're going to go and upload that into your YouTube account. So I'm going to now scoot on over here and let's go to YouTube. And okay, so I'm in YouTube now. And then right here, you're going to see here, it says create a video or post. So I'm going to click on here and I'm going to click on upload video. So I'm going to click on that. Now I'm not going to get into all the details of uploading it and all that, but it's just basically drag and drop where I would just click here and open up a file. Let me just go and find one little, let's see if I can find a little small video that doesn't have much size to it. And I think they're all going to be kind of big. Let's see, this one might be a bit small. No. Oh, this one. Oh, no video in there. Okay, there's one. This isn't so big. All right, so I'm going to click on this. And now you can see it's going to start uploading. So I'm going to go back to this in a minute while processing. I'm going to now jump over here and head into my back office and then go to the blog. So let's scoot over here, go to my dashboard. Small file. Can you upload to YouTube from the cloud? No, because what's really, it's in one person's server, so you can't just push it directly from Zoom in there, Michelle. You do have to download it, and it's nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Because Michelle was another person who asked me a question that I needed to address. Can you post the question again so everybody can see it? Oh, is it Visal? Am I getting that name right? Maura says, would you consider doing a training on the how-to of working with VAs and using Mango? Yeah, actually, I did a little bit. I just showed how to create tasks, and I'll show that again, Maura, in a minute. We covered that last week, and I don't mind showing it again this week here. So let me come on there. Let's log in here. It's a little slow because it's trying to upload. So I'm at this point. Okay, we're at 82%. This is loading slowly. Let me go into Mango at the same time and see if I can get in there. Don't say that, Maura. Ian says, if it went to YouTube, would it already be in your YouTube account? That is correct. It would be in your YouTube account. So let me go to projects here. And I will use, for example, Tony Banners. So let's say Tony, well, Tony is one of our clients for VA service. So let's go to tasks, and then I'll get back to you on that one. Okay, so I have logged in. So let me now go to my websites. Let me go to my blog. Zoom, so Marge Carter is saying Zoom can handle downloads. Well, it can. So you download, so you record into your Zoom account, okay, which is stored in their servers, but you need to get it into YouTube servers because that's where you're going to embed it from. So you need to download it to your PC so you have that file, and then you got to upload it to YouTube. Does that make sense, Marge? Yeah, Carol, can you say what time you are available? So, and Carol, if you hang in there in just a little bit, I can take a look to see what the deal is. Our VA, well, it'll be an hour before the devs come in, but okay. So there we go. I've uploaded this little video test. Okay, so let's just say I'm going to go publish this here. Now, in this case, I've got my link here. All right, so now I'm going to go to my blog. I'm going to go to Manage Blog. And then I'm going to create a blog post for this. So I'm going to go to All Posts. Okay, I'm going to go Add New. And then I'm just going to create a title. So I will say this is a test Zoom replay coaching thingy. Okay, and then I would put in some stuff like, I would say this, in this short video, I cover, and then ... whatever I'm covering. And then I might say something like, you'll learn blah, blah, blah. So I'll put in like, you know, bullet. And I should do the shift like that. I hate formatting in Word, so that's why I don't do this stuff. I have my VAs do it. I have my team do it. Who are your VAs? Okay, then I'm going to just do this. I'm going to paste in this little piece of code here. Whoops. I need to grab my YouTube link. So this here, I'm going to copy this. Now, just hang with me because I realize some of you are going to be wondering, why am I even doing this? Like, what's the relevance? So again, you have gone in and recorded a Zoom webinar like I'm doing right now, and you need a place to store your stuff so that, you know, your replays are going to be the most watched. You're going to have more people watch your replays typically than those who attend your event. Okay, so replays are big. So therefore, you need a place to store them. And the great thing with putting them in your blog is it's yours, you own it, and you can categorize it. And it fills up your blog with stuff. So you don't have to be a writer. You can just do this. Eric Worre, that's what he does. He does hardly any writing. It's all video stuff. Now he now has someone transcribing and doing other work for him. But let me go here now and I'm going to save this. I'm just going to go flat out and just publish this baby. Normally I would go through and do categories. I'm not going to show you all that stuff. I just want to show you just the most simple way of doing it. I'm going to go here to preview changes. And now you can see this is now live on my blog right here. Now the one thing that I didn't do is this image. So I'd need to put in a featured image. But there's the video like that. That's all I promised to show you for today was how to get that on there. The featured image, I always have my graphic designers do that. I don't need to try to muck around with doing that. So I'm not going to show you that today. I just want to show you how darn simple it is to get a video on your blog. And I've done that. So yes, and you can also trim it up and make it look nicer if you needed it in YouTube. Yeah, you can do a bit of editing that way. You could get our team to edit it for you. The VAs can help you. And now here, watch this. So let me go to my home page, and then you will see that my latest blog post down here, right there. Now, if I had an image, it's going to look better, but it's right there on my latest post on my homepage. So if I've got traffic coming to my page, they've seen my latest webinar recording. Now I can go in. Let me go back to that post again, and I can easily share that. I can go here on my little widget that's going to pop out here, and I could click on Facebook, and instantly I could share that. All of a sudden now I've got traffic that are going to head out. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. It's giving me some sort of a weird error thing. I don't know. Maybe we'll try it again here. Let's see. Yeah, I need to ask them what's that deal, but I probably have to do some adjustment. But your VAs can fix that. That's why I would give that to someone else. Can you show how to upload to YouTube again? You'll have to give you through the, we're running out of time, Daryl. Basically, I'll show you the one thing here. Either you click on this upload, or when you're in YouTube, Daryl, it's just as easy as this. Go up to the top. You'll see this little video here by your face. It says create a video or post. You click on that, Daryl, and then you select upload video, and there you are. So hopefully you saw that, and then just drag and drop. Now, once you upload, you know, make sure you change the title, and you want to clean it up, put in some tags, stuff like that. That's like a whole other webinar. I will, by the way, be doing a video, a paid course on video marketing later this year is what we have scheduled for that, but I don't have time to get into all that today. I just want to make sure you guys know that you can, because so many of you are doing Zooms now, so we create the PowerPoint presentations for you, or you can use someone else's if you'd like, but we've got a ton of great stuff in there now. I think we've got 17 fantastic PowerPoints in there, which let me show you in case you're not aware of this. So inside your Freedom Project back office, if you go to File Cabinet here, and we're making a new one almost every week, with exception of the week of the newsletter. We don't make one that week because we have enough going on with that. Our latest one here is the 7 immunity fortifying supplements. This all integrates into your Wellness Center articles, which integrates with your emails so that you've got a finely tuned content machine, so that someone like Frank, who goes out and does a lot of physical stuff, he doesn't need to worry about all this because it's all there for him. All he does is gets good at getting more people into his contact manager and getting people into his email marketing system so that he can repeatedly message them and invite them to new events, right? Promote new things. So if there's something you guys are wondering, like, wow, there's all these great things, so what do I do? So your job is to go meet new people, get them inside your system, get them in your email list, invite them to events, and repeat, okay? and guide them through your process, your marketing funnel, so that they'll join the business from that there. Now, I did want to, yes, thank you, Ian, for talking about that. Okay, so here's the Get Clean thing. And you guys can give me your feedback. Let me show you what we're doing for Get Clean. Because of the Get Clean promo, let me show you the emails we have prepped up. So I wanted your feedback on this. And Bonnie Smith put in some good stuff. Thank you, Bonnie, if you're here. She might be on Friday's call. But this is what I had in mind. So email number 1 is going to be, how do Shaklee green cleaners differ from conventional brands? And we'll be talking about how basically, you know, regular household cleaners, they're not required by law to print a list of ingredients in their packaging. So you have no idea what's in them, and that, you know, that they're dangerous. And so we talk about how are they different. So we mention that here. And then I talk about, are they as effective? And then I put in the details that says, and Shaklee's making it easy to switch to green cleaners this year with their current promo. And then I go into the promo here where it'll link directly to your Shaklee shop where they could buy. And I'm also embedding a video that's in the Wellness Center about that. So that's email number 1. Okay. Because remember, for us, Shaklee's going to send the pitch style email for you anyways. At least they do in the US, right? Where it's just pure pitch, just like, buy now, here's the deal. There's no education. We're more about educating your clients. So otherwise, they're going to get pitched from like 2 sides. So, and yes, can your VA set a weekly email to go? Absolutely, Carol. I'm glad you asked that. That's one of the things that I highly recommend you have them do. See, we're writing these emails for you every week, but we're not sending them for you because you have your own email marketing system that you have to run, but we can at least make the template for you, and then you have to go in and schedule it and press send, and off it goes. And that gives you the ability to make any changes to it you want, whatever. So now the next email that I was considering was going to be either this one, the breakup with toxic cleaners, where I review the 3 killer chemicals, or I'll move right into this one, which might be a better one. I don't actually show it here, but it'll be the comparison. And so you guys are here with a unique opportunity to say what, you know, put in your vote of what you think. And Anne, can you go in there and give them the link to where Phil asked about that, about the wellness, what we should do for cleaners. So I'm going to go here under products and packs, and I'm going to go to Healthy Home, and I'm going to go to PDF. And so the thing that I was thinking of was, where was that one here? I think that was this one here. Oh, and by the way, we've also just made live, I want to show you this, in the file cabinet in the Wellness Center. Nope, that's not the one there either. Elizabeth sent it to me, and I'll find it anyways. Let me just see if I can put in date modified. Get clean. Maybe it's this one here. It's on like the last page. Anyways, it's a this one. Here we are. Yeah, this is the one. My thought is giving them the link to download this, or maybe I'll just make a couple references to this in the email on email number 2. So first one is we need to educate them on the fact that like the green cleaners are important and they work. Then the competition, and then the next email. So, because we only have 3 weeks, and then we're going to do the newsletter, right? Would then be most likely like a last chance or something like that. Bonnie made a couple good points that we'll make sure the emails cover. So the first email is going to go out on Monday next week. But I just wanted your feedback to give you guys an opportunity if you have other ideas of what you'd like to see, because basically every week we send an email for you, and the newsletter will be going out on the 16th. So we'll be doing this week, and then, well, sorry, next week, then newsletter, and then we got 2 more weeks to wrap up April. Obviously, I'll mix a bit of Earth Day in there, but mainly it'll be focused on the fact that they work, that green cleaners, you know, are less expensive, that it reduces the footprint because of the less packaging. That's kind of the flow. So if you guys had feedback on that, I'd love to hear it. And then I'm going to go to the Wellness Center. I just want to show you here the new, and you guys can give this away now, and that is, are you guys familiar with the recipes, the Get Clean recipes sheet? We have a special thing that we can do here for folks. Take a look at this. And by the way, the workbook for the 7 immunity fortifying supplements is in here, but let's make a note that the workbook will need to be updated because they need to make some fixes on the PowerPoint. So whatever fixes Anne and whoever else in my team is listening, that we make to the PowerPoint. We need to make sure that the workbooks get updated as well. But let me show you this, gang. So let me go to this Get Clean Recipes. I'm going to click on this here. Now here's what's cool is, check this out, because I'm logged in. Have a look at this. My name shows here and my phone number, and you can go directly to my website. So when your member logs into your wellness center and they download your forms, any of your files like this, I'm having my team make it so it'll always have your name, your phone number, and the link where they could buy directly to your Shaklee shop. So we are going to be taking, and that's the unique thing that we can do. You know, you guys can go into Sharing Shaklee or lots of places and download all kinds of forms, but they won't have your name on it. They won't have a link to your website. They won't have your phone number. So we also make them look prettier, because the graphic designers can get in there and do that, because the original recipes, it was a bit of a mess. So we cleaned it all up, put in images of the products beside each one. But I know this is a very helpful thing here. So where does the customer go to get this? So the customer needs to go here, Carol. They've got to go inside your wellness project. So let me show you. I'll just go right to the outside. So you just got to send them the link to your wellness project, Carol. So mine is jody.yourwellnessproject.com. And then they've got to log in or create an account if they haven't done that. So Carol, if you're wondering, well, what's your address? Just go here to this, where it says Wellness Center on your back office, and click Sign Up New Members. And then that'll take them right to that same page. Or you could go under My Websites and click under Lead Wellness Center here. And then this will give you all the details of your wellness center in here. So, yeah, so any file, I really want to get the team doing this more often. Any files that you guys see that are in Sharing Shaklee or in our group, or you got stored in your thing and you want that file to be able to be accessible, that's what the Wellness Center is all about. It's about a resource center, a place where you can easily go to my file cabinet, download this, or you send them a direct link to that, and it's got all your details in it. Anything you want, let us know, give it to us, we'll queue it up, we'll clean it up, and then we'll get it inside the back office and with the proper programming on it, so that when it spits it out, it'll have your details on there. So, but I don't, there's a ton of stuff out there. I don't know what you want first. So you guys feed that to us, please give us this, give us that, whatever you want in there, we can do. With fixes for, yes, thank you, Maura, appreciate that. Carol, is this making sense, how you'd find your wellness center? So that's how you'd sign up new members and how they would access your wellness centers from there. Or you could also just send them directly. So if you go inside, you could send them directly. I'll show you what it would look like. So let's say I'm logged out. I'm gonna actually wait one sec here. I realize too, we have no way to get to the file cabinet easy from here. We have to go to Discover. So maybe we need to look at adjusting our mockup to have a file cabinet in there, because now there's actually files in there. Let me just open this up here, and I want to show you guys. This is what it's going to look like to your person if you just send them directly to the file cabinet when they're not logged in. Let's take a look here. All right, so I'm going to go directly to the file cabinet. I'm not logged in. So do you see how they will see all this? But let me see if this is going to give this to them. I'm going to click here. There we go. So do you see how it's going to force them to log in or create an account if they're not logged in? So you guys can just show people directly to where you want them to go. And then for them to get the full access, they have to log in or create an account, which to me is the better way to do it, because that way they don't, otherwise they'll land in there and be like, where do I go now? What do I do? Much better just to send them directly to whatever you want them to see, and then they just log in and make it happen. So, and so we need your feedback. What do you want to see more of? The other thing that I wanted to do is, if you guys could help me, I would like to put a panel together. I noticed that, there's another website out there that has a whole bunch of, several sort of authorities that put in presentations. I'd like to think they're kind of one of our core competitors from the wellness side of things. But there's got to be people out there in Shaklee right now that have a great voice. They're good at presenting. They're an authority when it comes to nutrition and wellness. And you guys would like to see their content recorded and saved here. Karen Hurd graciously created a presentation called Better Brains, Better Kids, or something like that we're going to upload in there for you. but I would love some feedback from you guys. Dr. David Colby is one that I have connected with it. He is willing to do stuff for us. He's one I'm going to reach out to. Dr. Brous. Who else would you guys like to see as an authority so that we can start creating content for you here? There's got to be people in Shaklee that are, you know, like Barbara Lagoni, for example. Well, she already puts her stuff somewhere else. So who else is out there that, okay, well, yeah, I don't think Barbara Lagoni is going to want to do our stuff necessarily, but maybe, I don't know. Is she wired into that website, or it's the one owned by, well, I don't know if it's owned by him anymore, but Ferguson. So there's sort of a group of them that's kind of their planet. So there's got to be other people out there who are not getting any space and time, would love to be shown off, who would be willing to speak in and present for us. So if that's something that you guys, or is that even something that you even want? You know, it's really the question is who do you, and are they wired into presenting and just putting their material in Better Health in 31 Days? Or they're willing to go any direction? How does Better Health in 31 Days get them? How do we get them? Or are they already are they contractually obligated to them, so all their content goes there? That's what I want to know. How do we get them so that they're with us, preferably exclusively with us? So that's why, yeah, so because to me, they're kind of part of a club that I don't know if they want to be part of our club. So I would love some other authorities out there. Dr. George, I don't know if he's with us tonight, but he's another one that I'd love to present. Join 31 Days and then we could see it all. Well, Marge, my point is, we feel, I mean, this is obviously we're not 31 Days. So we feel that what we're offering is, well, we have a much stronger platform because I got a much bigger team to develop this. I see weaknesses in 31 Days, and content isn't their weakness, but how they organize it is very weak. Their search is a challenge, and I know it's because it's mainly Chris who develops it, and I don't know who else he has. But there's just a ton that goes into managing all this. So I feel that we can provide a better offering for Shaklee distributors, but we don't have the webinar recordings like they do, and I'd like to have that. So I don't want to join 31 Days in Shaklee, and I don't want to encourage you guys to do it because you're already paying for our stuff. So does that make sense? Because I'm trying to give you guys everything in one place, one hub. I don't want you to have all these different websites you need to do. And why do you need 31 Days in Shaklee if you've already got all our stuff? So, and Dr. Steve Cheney is part of that as well. I don't know if that's there. Now, okay, product side. All right, Carol wants to see more business. So let me just talk real quickly, and then I'm going to jump off, and then we'll wrap it up. Actually, Dr. Brous, I already talked to him, but he wants to promote. He's already doing his own stuff in his own site. So I don't know if he really wants to be, I don't know. I need to talk to him again, I guess, to see maybe someone else can reach out to him. So I've asked him to kind of work with us. He said that I can like reference his material, but as of now, I haven't been able to get him to actually be willing to present live for me in a webinar recording that I can store in my site. So we'll see. Okay, Dr. Henry Cohen, thank you. Right, through their account. Okay. Okay, Carol. Great. All right. So that's what I'm looking for. Some more names like that. Who, the thing I'm looking for is people that they are not getting a space to share their great knowledge because they're not part of that club and they want to be part of our club, I guess. Okay. So in Carol's case, who's asking me, you know, like show me the business stuff. So Carol, I don't want to get into much of it today, but I just will talk about this, and that is the pipeline. These are the business presentations that I was talking about. You can find another one called the 3 Reasons to Start an Online Business inside the file cabinet. Most people in Shaklee are very product focused, so we've put a lot of effort into making sure that we deliver on that because our classroom is so tight. But this is our pipeline, and these are the presentations we do. So if you have other ideas, then we'd love to hear from you in the file cabinet. But the classrooms themselves, we don't change other than maybe, you know, for small suggestions or things like that. But in general, this is a very solid, non-changing system that's there. So yeah, business focus is what we're all about too. Just so you guys know, we are primarily a business first kind of group, but we also work with lots of people who are not. So I want to be on both ends of the spectrum. And remember, my strategy is this. Start with us. Let us first shore up all your clients with our existing regular wellness emails that are coming out every single week that connect to your wellness center. Let's make sure that your existing group is getting communicated with on a regular basis. Take care of that first. Then let's go find new people and move them through your pipeline. That's the way I do it. Now, if you're brand new and you don't have any builders, then let's just go right to finding new people. So that's easy peasy. But for those of you like you, Carol, that are coming in, that's my first thing is let's get you wired in to your customers so that they're hearing from you using our emails and our newsletters, and then move from there. So, okay. Marge says, can we share the presentation on my letters? Is the photo on my letters? I don't know what you mean by that, Marge. Sorry. Can we share the presentation on my letters? I don't know even, I'm not sure what that means. I'm working to get to Key this year. Yay, go Carol. And by the way, shout out to Carol. Carol's, her one leg does, could I say any of these numbers, Carol? Her one leg is like one of the fastest growing, I could say this probably, fastest growing in Shaklee. But she needs a couple more legs to shore up and so she can go deeper and get more of that depth because, you know, as you know, if you have one strong leg, but you're not wide enough, Shaklee doesn't let you get down and reach in deep enough. So yes, so Carol who's with us has one of her legs does $1 million a month in sales. She has a master under a master. And she is working to become a Key. So that's the proof that, you know, the people at the top don't get paid all the money. It's whoever creates the most volume, no matter where you are. So woohoo to Carol Froelich. So give her a big cheer for that. She's got 2 presidential masters under her. I mean, what a terrible problem to have, right? So it looks like we need to get a Chinese translator, Carol, so we can present some of this in Chinese someday. We're not there yet, but okay, so let me just go back to the presentation quickly and wrap it up. Now, how do you get your VA to do what I just showed you today? Well, most Shaklee distributors don't use a VA because it's hard to find them. You know, you got to train them. You got to manage them. They're expensive, even part-time, even at 10 hours a week. I know one gal I was talking with, her VA is $20 an hour, and she has to do 10 hours a week. So we're definitely less than that, and our people know our system. So you don't have to train them to use Freedom Project. They already know what to do. Virtual assistants actually prefer full-time work, which is what our team gets. It's also complicated to handle hiring, scheduling, other HR issues. So I recommend you consider our service, My Freedom VA. And this is the starter plan I recommend to most people. So they start off by scheduling your weekly email broadcast. That takes them 15 minutes. They promote your Wellness Center article, okay? So the new content going out in the Wellness Center, they're going to promote that with posts and pins. Then they're going to schedule for other things for Pinterest or a phone call or just do whatever, kind of miscellaneous for 15 minutes. That's 1 hour a week. Start off with just 1 hour a week. And you can start that for $12 a week. It's great value. So if you're not sure if you're ready for a VA, why not try it out for just 1 month and see if it's a fit? If there's anybody here that uses our VA service, could you give us a shout out so others can see what you would have to say? Are you loving it? Is it helpful for you? Anything that you could share? Is it giving you results? You know, Tony Banner is heading for another month holiday, this time in Asia. She was in South Africa. Guess who's sending her emails every week? It ain't her. It's our team. You can also bank the hours you don't use for later. You can pause the service and then come back. You can also increase or reduce your hours when you need to. So it's very flexible. So there's no risk, no obligations. You can bail out anytime. And you get a team. This is what's very important. See, like Carol's got a live assistant, sits with her. But the thing with Carol's case, she's got one person. So that one person can't be everything. They can't be a web designer, and a graphic designer, and a general VA. They can't do it all. Whereas with our service, you get one person. Or so you get a whole team, I should say. You get one contact that you connect with, but they then send out your tasks to whoever can do it. So see, remember, you'd normally be able to just afford one VA if you went and hired them yourself. And then super VAs don't exist. So you can get, for the price of one person, you get an entire group. Okay, you're going to get somebody who's a graphic designer when it's needed, a marketing assistant, web designer for posting your emails and stuff like that. You get access to all of that for that 1 hour or the 4 hours or whatever you need for that. So it is hands down the best service, because I've done a lot of research before I created this service and seen what it's like out there for people. One of our customers, she spends $60 an hour for her VA. And again, it has to be 10 hours a week. So we're charging $12 an hour, and our team already knows what to do. So With that said, you guys can go to myfreedomva.com. Marianne will put in the link for that. Yeah, you know what, Steve? That's a great question. That feature was on the Icebox, and we will do that. I don't know why that isn't even working. Yeah, Steve is just asking if we'll create a feature to allow them to repeat an event. Yeah. And if people go to my website, they can add a meeting to my calendar for a time that works for them. No, that's a whole other application, Steve. They can't do that. No, that's some major programming for that. We would rather just integrate you with a third-party application for that, like Acuity, like what we use, than do that ourselves. That's very complicated. But if you're not familiar with Freedom Project, discover our 360-degree ecosystem of tools to help you grow your Shaklee business. Just go to yourfreedomproject.com to discover that. You can start by taking a 30-day test drive of My Freedom Builder by going to myfreedombuilder.com. Free, 30 days. We do have a couple other products to give you a shout out to. One is Freedom Blogs that Carol Froelich needs help with to get unlocked. Because the blog is the heart of your marketing machine. That's where you're going to post your replays. We also will post winning content through our 365 service on your Facebook group or your fan page and LinkedIn as of now. Plans start at $10 a week. Also the VA service, which I just talked about, and then the Zoom Enterprise plan I mentioned earlier, where we offer the best plan that Zoom offers for $30 a month, okay? And you can get the recording for this by going to the Training Center, clicking on Training Center there and finding the latest recording there by going to yourfreedomproject.com. You can also access the Training Center from your back office. You can see upcoming events from your dashboard, and don't forget to click on the little bell. So, excuse me, you'll be notified on the next time we got an email, a newsletter, or whatever we need to remind you about coming to a webinar. You'll remember. You can view all of our products by going to the product link at the top. Friend me if you want to talk strategy, but please don't message me about billing and technical issues. Take that to the team, send a help ticket, or you're just burdening me with stuff that I have to forward to them, and I don't want to be the middleman. So, but I love to talk strategy. Or if you can't get help from them, it's taken too long, then you can reach out to me and I can nudge your case forward. Join our Facebook groups. We've got 2 core groups, the business tips and free product posts here. And we'll give you the links to those. Post your questions in them if you would. We'd love to hear it. We just love all that engagement from you guys. And we want to know, what can we do for you? What do you want us to make for you? I got this whole team that spends over 300 hours a day working to create stuff just for you and Shaklee. Nobody else. So how can we help you? What can we do for you? Let us know. We want those features like what Stephen just asked for. We'll put that on our Icebox. We can't always do it right away, but at least we know what you want. You can access the help center anywhere you see a question mark. And you can also book an appointment or chat with an elf by going to our help center and clicking on these buttons here. So thanks everybody. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for attending the webinar. We're here again live on Friday, and we're back next week on Tuesday. And next week we are going to cover, I think we're going to talk about marketing funnels is what we're going to cover, more business building content. And I'm not too busy after the webinar, but Carol, are you there where I could see your screen for a minute? I could take a look. Do you got a couple of minutes that you could share with me? And Michelle, did we answer Michelle's question? Michelle, I had a question about advertising, and I was hoping I could just quickly answer that. But Michelle, I can't see your question again now. Let me go into my page and see if I can find Michelle's question. Let's just see here. Michelle, here we are. Michelle just had a question, and I like to address your guys' questions here in the group so you can all see it. She's saying, I'm advertising so that I can build my Shaklee business, but I'm focusing on nutrition. What would you recommend I do? All of the advertising I've done so far did not give me anything. So the first thing I need to know, Michelle, is what is that advertising you did in the past? I know that it takes time, and I plan on doing at least $5 a day. So I'm assuming you're talking about Facebook ads. So first thing I need to find out is, what advertising did you do? Where did you send that traffic? And what, like, was it to a lead magnet in that sense? My recommendation, nutrition, this way is a tough way because you're dealing with trying to get strangers to know, like, and trust you and then move them down the path. So to me, it's my core, Michelle, is always this, okay, is focus on, first of all, running ads to either your blog and to lead capture if Facebook will allow it, so that you're building up that audience, people who know, like, and trust you. This takes time. And then you are driving weekly events, regular events, driving people to that live event so that they can see you in person, and that's where the conversion happens. So that's kind of your core strategy there. And then make sure you're reaching out individually to people that you know already and inviting them to your live events. To me, it's events. It's presentations. That's really the key. So if you're running ads just to lead capture and hoping email marketing is going to do it, no. That just sort of builds the list of people but the conversion's really going to happen through presentations. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, lead magnet and webinar. All right. So I would need more. Whenever people say like it didn't get me anything, I need to know what didn't get me anything means. Like I need to know exactly how much you spent, exactly how many leads you did get, exactly which place you sent me. So if you could send me that information, Michelle, then I could be, you know, be clear. I can't sort of give you a prescription if I don't fully understand your symptoms. But I appreciate you reaching out to me. That's exactly the kind of discussions that I like to have in Facebook. So yeah, Carol, can I just reach out to you via Zoom? We'll just do a quick Zoom after this and I can double check your blog. So just watch for me on Facebook. I'll message you, okay? Frank, thanks so much for letting me pick on you. And good for you. And by the way, you know, Frank came in and used the Freedom Project years ago, built, I believe, I don't know, did you bring someone to director even? And then Frank had a series of life issues that threw curves at him, and so Frank's back. So Frank, the main thing I want to know is, are you moving people through that pipeline? And you are, man, so good for you. Just keep doing it. And don't worry about trying to use all of the parts of our system. But I did want to ask you, Frank, do we have your existing organization wired into our weekly emails and newsletter? Is that done? Because then beyond that, it's just pretty much you moving them through that pipeline and then getting them into a regular weekly meeting. That's just classic Shaklee, right? That I would like to know, Frank. I was wondering about that. Have we done that, Frank? So then at least we're shoring up your existing customer base. Okay, so that's, to me, let's get that done ASAP, okay? I'm going to get Manny to make a note that we need to reach out to Frank Hugh, and we got to get those emails set up because that way at least people are hearing from you regular. We're getting people ordering because they're hearing from you again. They're seeing your newsletters. They're touching base. And then that way you can just focus on recruiting. So with that, I appreciate everybody. Thank you. See you next week, Tuesday, same time, and or in the group, whatever comes earlier. So you guys have an amazing week. Take care. Bye for now.